Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Action Comics, issue number 1004. You see the smile on my face? You think I like this comic book? Let's discuss it after we give credit where credit is due. Okay, so DC Comics proudly presents Action Comics. Detective Comics proudly presents Action Comics. Just think about that. Okay, so Invisible Mafia, Part 4. Brian Michael Bendis does the script. Ryan Sook does the pencils. Wade Von Grawbadger does the inks, and Brad Anderson does the colors. Josh Reed does the letters. Cover, Steve Rude. Francis Manapul does the variant cover. And, of course, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster do the amazing privilege of bringing us Superman, the creators. Okay, so do you guys notice also on the title page the bit about Leviathan from the Silencer comic book? I like that. So I think I mentioned it before. The police station in Marvel Comics is where Brian Michael Bendis will usually give little hints here and there. He's been running that joke for a long time. Maybe he's just going to do that on Lois Lane's computer screen from now on, or anybody's computer screen at this point. Anyway, we finally find out why Lois has been hiding away and in Chicago of all places for so long. I'm sure a lot of people won't understand it, but the answer is given. This is going to be a weird kind of one because I know a lot of people aren't cool with the idea of separate vacations for him and her. It's always the idea, well, obviously somebody's going to cheat on the other person. Well, if that's what's in your head, maybe. But no, on average, I don't think that really happens. And I've never actually taken a separate vacation for my wife, but yeah, I would. I absolutely would, and I wouldn't cheat on her, and she wouldn't cheat on me. It's literally just, let's just take some, actual me time, because it's funny, in relationships, you do sometimes forget that you are an individual. You're not actually part of a huge unit. I usually keep that balance by making sure that this office is my freaking office. Oh no, my wife doesn't get to come in here and use stuff. When she runs out of tape in her office, which is actually in our bedroom, nope, sorry, you can't come into my office. I will come in and get you tape, but then you will put it back in my hand because my tape is my tape and I don't run out of tape, all right? No, I need my space. I need my space, all right? I could have put my office in the bedroom too, but no, I need my space. I need to be me. And that's a lot of how Lois is clearly feeling in this. And I got to give it to Brian Michael Bendis, man. He pulled it off. She is a human being again. All right, look, guys, I liked the previous runs where Lois was off doing things, but let's be realistic. Lois just wasn't a human anymore. She's off fighting against these ridiculously powerful beings on Apocalypse by joining with the female fatals, and she's working for freaking, what's her name, Granny Goodness and stuff. She's a human being. She doesn't have anywhere near the level of power to hang with that group and Lashina and all these people. That's just Stampa and all that. You've got no chance. Zero chance. It was one of the least believable things in the world. You want to know something else that was very unbelievable? The idea that she's going to be able to go into a country all by herself and rescue her father and somehow, no. I couldn't stand those stories. They were cute, they were interesting, but I like to read about human characters when the characters are actually human, and Lois Lane is a human. And I'm telling you, man, this is one of those things where Brian Michael Bendis, the previous issue, I was not happy with the previous issue. Nothing made sense. And man, he really knows how to keep a person hanging. I almost fell off the hook, but fortunately I found another piece of bait or something, whatever. I decided to come back, and this was good. Again, you'll notice nothing in my hands. I went digital on this one, but this was a really solid comic book issue, man. Great story. There's a bunch of humans here. A lot of us forget that Clark, although he's not a human, was raised as a human. This was really good. Look, I'm going to be honest. If I would have been writing this comic book myself, the way I would have done it, I would have kept Lois in space and said that something else happened, but I would have allowed somebody, the people writing Supergirl to figure out that story, or at least have some kind of a story where, Oh, wow, we just found Lois stuck on this planet. What happened? Oh, it turns out that she was separated from, but at first she's thinking, oh no, my nephew is being, cousin, whatever, is being jacked up someplace. So I got to go and I got to rescue. I would have at least let them have some fun like that. Wouldn't it be cool if Supergirl was rescuing Lois Lane instead? Just once. Just once. I don't know. That's what I would have done. But no, I'm totally cool with this story instead. This is a perfectly excellent example of fantastic writing. These characters were human. Every character here was human. While maybe you and I would have been ticked off at the Q lady, Susie Q, whatever the heck her name is, Trish Q, would have been upset at Trish Q for trying to write about us like that and whatnot. It's like, your first reaction, your first emotion, please. I want to write about, your wife possibly cheating on you with Lex Luthor. Please go ahead, speak into the camera. Like, dude, it's like, dude, you're about to get punched in the face. Your average person, you're probably going to get punched in the face, okay? Oh, you're female? Let me go call somebody up. I'm going to go hire a female hit person and knock you out. How about that? How about that? Cash me outside. How about that? All right? Like, dude, don't get in my face with that nonsense, the gossipy crap. But Clark also realizes that's why she was hired. That's why she was hired. So what do you expect if it gets turned back on you? He's not a hypocrite. Clark Kent is essentially the perfect person. He's definitely not a hypocrite. This comic book had real emotions, real human being interactions. This was probably one of the most, if only Batman could be this damn human, right? This was such a human comic book. Damn it, this was good and perfect for a Superman comic book, because you don't want Superman to always have situations where he's just going to solve everything by punching things and freezing it with his breath and his heat vision. By the way, did you guys read Flash number 57 this week? The comment about Superman having the worst coffee breath ever? Classic. Classic. I loved that. Anyway, dude, this was a great comic book. I loved this. Not for people who only want punching in the face. That's not what Brian Michael Bendis is here to do. He's here to tell a great human being story. Next issue, we're going to find out more about the Red Cloud. Thank you for that, Mr. Bendis. Thank you for telling us what we can expect next time so we can get ourselves ready for it. All of this, man. Seriously, this was a really solid issue. Loved this. All right, guys, I'm out. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.